Okay, so I volunteer to go first. This Romans 8:28, Revelation 12:11 video. I declare, because of Revelation 12:11, that my life is important no matter who I am or where I came from. My testimony is a weapon against the evil one, because somebody needs to hear what I have to say and what you have to say. And together, through us, Christ will save many who are lost and perishing. So, you will, of course, we have lifelong testimonies, so it's going to take a whole lot more than one video. And if we can just keep the videos short, at least, maybe 15 minutes or less, people will be more likely to see them. Start your own YouTube channel. If you don't want anyone to see you, if you're camera shy, just turn your camera away from you and tell your story while letting the trees blow in the wind in your video. Make sure you tag at the bottom people who would benefit from what you're going through, what you went through, and title your video Romans 8:28, Revelation 12:11, and then whatever it is that you are talking about. So here I'm starting. I'm going to start from the beginning of my life. I was adopted, and I'm going to title this Adopted or Adoption. There's so many things that I learned, or so many things that happened because I was adopted, and it's kind of hard for me to figure out which parts I wanted to include. So I'm going to try to just I'm going to try not to go off on chasing any wild geese. So, okay, I was adopted as a newborn. I was born in Helena, Montana. Actually, my parents knew about me. My birth mother put me up for adoption before I was actually born, and so my mom and dad knew that I was coming, and they waited for me. The social worker told my mom, or told my parents, that, and this is my mom is 80 now, and she her memory is not as detailed as it maybe once was, but she told me that the social worker said my mom, and I was born in 71, so my mom might have been a flower child, who knows, that she was probably on drugs and that she drank while she was pregnant with me, and that there may be something wrong with me. I might have developmental issues. I might be physically disabled. Well, I'm not. Praise God. And that didn't matter to my mom and dad, that there might have been something wrong with me. They were going to accept me just as I was. They didn't care. They wanted me. They loved me before I was even there, as they waited for me. As an adoptee, I understand some things that other people don't understand, maybe some spiritual things. Paul tells us in the New Testament that we are adopted into God's family. We are joint heirs with Christ. We are His children. We are adopted out of one kingdom into another, out of one family into another family. I understand that. But when I was a kid, I was really bitter about that. I was really bitter. I felt like, what was wrong with me that my birth mother didn't want me? What was wrong with me? There's something wrong with me. And then something that adoptees find is sometimes their extended families don't really accept them as part of the family. They always seem like an outsider. I know I did. I know Christmases were always kind of strange. My dad's family, they didn't make any bones about playing favorites with the other cousins over me and my sister, and it hurt, and it built a lifelong understanding, which it was a total lie, that I was not worthy. But I've always felt like an outcast, or I felt alone. It was a bad thing for me. You know, like I said, because I wasn't accepted, I felt like, by my family. I don't want to get into these things because, you know, maybe my aunts and cousins might see these videos. I don't want to offend anybody, but on the other hand, if they didn't want somebody to know how they behaved, they should have behaved better, right? This is part of my testimony. This is their testimony as well. There are things that I really, you know, that I shouldn't say. But anyway, let's just say, well, I was not accepted, and I was treated like an outsider, and then that opened the doors for people to treat me as if I was not a family member, if you know what I mean. So, okay, moving on. All those things happened, and it was so horrible to me. Not to mention that, you know, like I said, I always did feel like an outsider. But here is how God took those things and made them beautiful. As an adoptee, though, my parents, my mom and dad, loved me like crazy. They loved me so much. I was something that they couldn't have unless they adopted me. They loved me unconditionally. It didn't matter what was wrong with me, what I did. They loved me. I understand. You know, in my eyes, I believe that's how God is. They chose me. They picked me. I understand that as an adoptee, that God chose me and picked me. We were not accidents. I was not an accident to my parents. They came looking for me. They chose me. They took me in. I understand that as an adoptee, that's what God did. I have legal rights as an adoptee that my dad's natural born children don't have. I cannot be disowned. My dad's natural born children can, but the law protects me from being disowned. I have equal rights to everything that my parents have, that my brothers and sisters have. I understand what it means to be joint heirs with Christ. Everything that belongs to God belongs to Christ. And by extension, everything that belongs to Christ belongs to us because we are joint heirs. I totally get that because I am an adoptee. Other people may not understand the beauty and magnificence of that. In my early life, I was extremely I didn't like being an adoptee. Like I said, I was bitter. I was angry about it. But God changed my heart, and I understand in a way that other people can never understand what it means to be a child of God. And He took this thing that was such a thorn in my side all of my life, my whole entire childhood years, and turned it into something that helped me understand His complete, total, undying love. The fact that He came to me, picked me, chose me. And I'm not an accident. I would never understand that had I not been adopted. So there's my testimony, Revelation 12:11. And there's how God took something that hurt me and made it beautiful and had it to benefit me, Revelation 12:11. And I am going to title it and I'm going to put adoption, and I'm going to make a different video maybe every day, at least once a week, and then I'm going to tag down in the bottom people who I think would benefit this. When you make your video, make sure that you understand that people may like and share, and that's what we want to happen. We want the whole world to know what God has done for us. This is our weapon. It says it. Jesus said it right there. Revelation, this is our weapon against the evil one. This is how, through us, God is going to save people out of hell, because they know that there's hope. Can't wait to see your videos. Link them down in the comments. Share, like, comment, all that other stuff, because people need to see what you have to say, what I have to say. Let's do this new thing. Let God do it through us.